Hello, this is Bruce Green of Green & Moorhead Engineering with BuilderHMI 2.3. In the previous video we described all the button control properties, and I described the click commands and the release commands, and basically the fact that a button can send one or more script commands when it's clicked. Well, where do those script commands come from? Where do you find out about them? Well, you see these icons both here and here in the command editor and in the property page that open the command list tool. So the command list tool describes or lists all of the commands available to you. There are basically two classes of them. There are commands that interact with all of the machine view members, including the settings, and then there are also global commands. And then there are commands that interact with your HMI pages and the controls on those pages. So the command list tool also includes two tools. Let's highlight one of these commands, like the close command. You can copy the command to the terminal. This is an integrated terminal for testing script commands. Let's go ahead and execute that. All right, we're going to say no, of course. It has a watch window integrated with it as well. So you've got the terminal window for immediate testing of script commands, and then you have a tool that simply copies the script command to the clipboard. In addition, this window, when you're seeing the current values, and it's not that important here, but let's say here you've got current values of a bunch of machine view members, and those values aren't constantly updated, so you can go ahead and use the refresh button to get a current value of whatever's in the pane. So let me just go through some of these commands, and we'll just play around and show you what they can do. So we've seen myObject.myMember. You're going to wind up adding your own device members to machine view for your own custom data, and so this is really going to be the bread and butter of what you're going to probably have your buttons doing is setting the values of your own custom device members. So let's do this. Let's change the value of that thing, and then let's go ahead and query the value, so you can see how you can both set and get the values of any member that you find in machine view in this way. And so of course you could take this command, which is setting a device member to a value, and you can literally just copy that into your button property and then edit the value to be whatever you want it to be. Let's go ahead and clear that. So let's go back up to the top. The G dot commands, for example, close, back, full screen, log out. Basically they are, let's just see one here. There's your G dot log out. Now if I executed that, it's going to make this window disappear, and it's going to return you to the login screen, so we won't do that right now. But you can see that the close command definitely does its thing. So if you want to make a button log out or close, for example, I'm just going to hide that. You see that the full screen button on the login screen does exactly that. It does a G dot full screen. We'll open this back up. Process is really cool because you can launch, for example here, let's launch notepad.exe. And you didn't see it off screen, but I just launched a notepad. For example, here's a dialog. You can have a button open a dialog box with a message. Super simple. So you can add alarms to the list of active alarms, open dialog boxes, etc. Then the rest of this middle section is basically an exact copy of machine view. but in script command form. So for example, you can change modes. Let's say that I wanted to change to MDI mode. Well, if I executed this, it would immediately change the CNC front end into MDI mode as opposed to auto or manual mode. You can do all kinds of things like that. You can see all the different, for example, here's your axes. Here's the current value of position number 1. Now, this one is interesting. The C dot allows direct communication with the controller, with the Power PMAC controller. So you can do this. The current value, P100 is the position of axis number 1. You can see it here. This is the actual device member, and I happen to know that P100 is the PMAC variable linked to position 1. So those are obviously the same variable. The C dot capability is very interesting because it gives you direct communication with the motion controller. Whatever you put after the C dot is going to go to PMAC. So that's also very powerful. You've got all your M codes and G codes, all of your settings. You can change current values as settings. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, but so here we go. I'm going to go back to, going to close this up. I'm going to go back into runtime mode, go back to the main screen, open up the command list again. You can see how you can access it with Control L or a right click. And so you can see the login screen. We're going to begin by showing the login screen. Boom, just like that. I'm going to go ahead and clear this editor, or this command terminal. And so now we're going to have a little fun with this button. So there are a lot of these script commands associated with the lowly button that allow you to have quite a bit of fun. So we covered the fact that the buttons have several styles. There's a flat, there's a normal, and there's a small. So I'm going to change the style of this button, just like that. You see this this full screen button just changed style. Now that image file is now looking a little weird, so we're going to change it to my little smiley icon. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and set its text. Maybe we'll say close. And then the click command that happens when you click the button, we're going to change that from full screen to close. All right, now let's go ahead and close this tool. And we've basically completely changed the functionality of this button. It is now a close button. And so what that demonstrates is that you can use this for all kinds of interesting automation. You could, disable and enable certain controls. You can change text labels, images, even change styles. Go ahead and change what command gets sent. So this allows you to implement automation. You could click a button and then change a bunch of things on the various screens, or show different screens. It's basically limited only by your imagination. But this is an introduction to the command list tool that exposes all the various script commands that can be used with a button to do whatever you want to do. Again, the meat and potatoes of it is going to be adding your own device members to machine view. We've already discussed how to do that. and then having a button, setting values of those members and things like that. So here is the command list tool. This is Bruce Green, Green and Moorhead Engineering with BuilderHMI. Thanks for watching.